the C-suite, we're now being joined by Mr. Chakradhar Gade, who is the co-founder and CEO of Country Delight. Chakri, thank you so much for being with us here in the C-suite on News 9 Plus. I'm going to begin by asking you a very simple question. You began your journey for Country Delight, a milk delivery service, back in the year 2013. And about 6 to 7 years after you began, and you're a startup. For a startup, it's post 6 to 7 years is when the startup really explodes and the business scales up incredibly. And that's the time when they're looking to, really go big. But then that's the time when you had to deal with the pandemic. Talk to us. What was that like?
So pleasure to be here. So as a business, like Country Delight is a direct-to-home consumer brand. We deliver milk right from the farmer to the doorstep of the customer. We are currently there in 13 cities with supply chains across 11 states. Back in 2020, we were still there in 4 cities with 6 state presence, and it was very, very tricky the first few days. But our business model is direct to home. We control the entire supply chain from the farmer to the customer. So that really helped us. Because of the control that we have, we really could immediately get to the ground, work with all the stakeholders and ensure 95-96% fulfillment rates even on the first day of the lockdown. So a lot of strength of our business model, a fantastic team that we've built over time has really helped us, take pandemic as an opportunity and double down and build a lot of brand equity and customer love through the pandemic, I would say.
So you're saying that the pandemic was actually a time when your business continued to grow the way it normally would have, even if there wasn't a pandemic?
It grew more because most of the players were not functional, and because of the team and the business model that we've had, we've done better than what we would have done otherwise.
Wonderful. The question here is this: when you talk about the way forward, and you're talking about it at a time when startups are being accused of scaling up too fast, or raising funding, too much funding too quickly, or hiring too many people too quickly and then firing too many people too quickly. Talk to us about the journey of scaling up Country Delight. What went right in scaling up Country Delight?
So I think the biggest boon for us is that we've been bootstrapped for the first 4-5 years of our existence. And we've learned a lot of things the hard way. We've seen some difficult times as individuals and as a business before seeing support from our partners in venture capital and growing the business. So that has always helped us think through things in a little with a little long-term approach from the day one. We have been a very fast-growing business. We have been growing 2.5 to 3 times year on year last 4-5 years. So we've grown nearly 100 times in size in the last 5 years. But we've never had a situation where we were scaling up too quickly and scaling down too quickly. We've always had our eyes and clarity on building a good, sustainable, positive unit economics business from the day one.
Okay. Can you also tell us where did it all start? Why choose to do a milk delivery business in India, where the daily morning milkman is a reality from north to south, from east to west? We've always had a milkman delivering milk, and then we had Tetra Packs happening so we could store it for longer inside fridges, etc. But what was the genesis of the idea of, let's do this? This is going to be a profitable business.
So if you see milk is a ubiquitous product. It's consumed by everyone in the country. You get milk in the morning every day. You expect that it is fresh. But most milk over time is not fresh. It takes 7 to 10 days almost for some people to deliver milk to your doorstep. Most milk in India is recombined. It is not natural. So what you are assuming when you are consuming milk as a consumer is not what you're getting. And that was a fundamental opportunity that we saw with a very large target market that we thought we could solve. It was a lot of struggle in the initial days because understanding supply chain, understanding manufacturing, building tech to scale the business and building a customer value proposition was truly different. And we are a truly made in India business. There is no business like Country Delight anywhere because of the unique habits of the Indian customer and the way our business is built. So these have been few of the things that have driven us to where we are today.
And what do you think has changed, when it comes to starting up businesses in India? And you've started businesses in the last decade or so. How much of an improvement is it today when compared to a decade ago almost when you began?
It's a sea change. You have a very vibrant VC ecosystem, angel ecosystem today. There are many, the talent and many people have built successful startups. Many people have worked in successful startups. And that has led to a lot of learning and upskillment of people. Consumers have become more open-minded to try new things. Digital ecosystem has evolved, so anyone, a small business can build a brand in a year or two today. So it's a sea change. Government has played a very huge role in this, but it's a sea change from what it was a decade back.
What are the challenges in your business? Because I can think of one thing to start with. The fundamental product at the center of your business is an extremely perishable one.
Correct.
And you are promising that this is zero preservatives, zero nothing. This is straight from farm to table, which means that the number of risks involved in getting it from farm to table without any kind of interruption or any kind of issues with the final product that the consumer eventually gets. Tell us, at this stage, when you've built up your technology, you have so many things going for you, you have a team, you have a business plan which has proven itself. What are the challenges now at this stage for you as a business compared to what were the challenges when you began?
So when we began, everything was a challenge. We didn't understand anything. We didn't understand what to do, how to do. Whatever we've built with the customer at the center of the world that we are building. And some of the challenges that we faced is how to understand quality of milk, how to monitor quality of milk, how to scalably monitor quality of milk, how to monitor supply chain, how to build processing, how to monitor processing across locations, then how to build scalable last mile logistics, how to make customer go to market to the customer, and then building a brand around this entire thesis and which gives customers the willingness to place an order and try us out. These were the challenges that we had as a business, and today our business is multiplying in terms of the complexity that we are handling, because every category that we enter, we have a full stack mindset. So we've done fruits and vegetables as a category. In fruits and vegetables, the whole building the supply chain, figuring out predictable product quality, building the cold chain, building the last mile, managing the dynamic packaging related aspects. These are some of the challenges that we are facing. So every category that we are adding with 4 regions in the country has an immense level of complexity that is building into the business, where again our primary aim is to use tech to solve for these challenges and build traceability in the business and build visibility of quality in the and supply chain in all the product categories that we are in.
All right, I'm afraid we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us in the C-suite on News 9 Plus, and hope we get to have you here again. Thank you, Chakri, for speaking to us.
Pleasure being here. Thank you.